Live from the SBI Media Studios in Star Valley, this is First Bank of Wyoming Sports Friday. Find your local branch location at gofirstbank.com.
First Bank of Wyoming Sports Friday from the SBI Media Studios on SBI in Star Valley, Wyoming. I'm Duke Dance, joined with Dahl Erickson today as we continue to cover Wyoming high school sports all across the Cowboy State. And our next guest joining us today comes from Lovell, Wyoming, way north into Lovell today. He's a writer, sports writer for the Lovell Chronicle. He also is the announcer on the NFHS broadcast for home Lovell High School Sports. That is Samuel Smith joining us today via Zoom. Hey, good morning, Sam. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing good. This is awesome.
We appreciate you taking a few minutes and speaking with us today, Sam, and of course, going to help us out with the broadcast tonight as well. We're excited to have you.
Awesome. Thank you. It's an awesome to be a part of SBI Media and being with you guys. You guys do an awesome job with everything you guys do covering Wyoming high school sports, and this is awesome. I'm glad to be a part of this today.
Well, Sam, of course, will be announcing for the Kemmer at Lovell game tonight. Lovell, the third-ranked team inside of 2A football. Sam, tell us about yourself, though, a little, just so we can get to know you some. I know you are a sports writer for the Lovell Chronicle and have kind of turned that into a sports announcing gig. Kind of sounds like our own Dahl Erickson, actually, a little
exactly
bit.
like it.
Yes, yeah, I have. I've been working with Lovell Chronicle for almost 10 years now. Coming up this next year will be 10 years. It's been pretty awesome. It's been pretty cool to go to all the state events as well. I've been to state football for Basin. I also cover down there with Basin as well. So I've been to state football, state basketball, wrestling, indoor track. Not indoor track yet, but that was on my bucket list. State track, you name it. I've been to all those state events. That's been awesome. And, getting to cover all the Bighorn Basin sports, Lovell, Rocky, Grable, Basin, and Burlington. So I've been around the state and still got a few more things to do. Me and my wife, we want to plan a summer trip, just visiting all the small towns in the area next summer. Go to see the new Museum of Military Vehicles in Du Bois and just travel around the state. So I'm looking forward to that.
Let's talk about the Bulldogs a little bit, Sam. As you know, this is a team that they were in the top 5 in and out a little bit last year, but they have been a staple in the top 5 this year. They're up to number 3 this week in the WyoPreps.com coaches and media poll, and got the Kemmer Rangers coming into town, of course, which we're kind of familiar with, but. Tell us more about the Bulldogs and what you've noticed the last couple of years with a new head coach, Nick Crosby, who used to live down here in our direction.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he came from Star Valley, so came from your guys' area. The thing I've been noticing the last couple of years with the Lovell Bulldogs program is there's 2 things and this year has been one of them. Lovell has an awesome offensive and defensive line. So their line is pretty stacked. That's what's helping the running backs get through. They're a big offensive line, and they got Quinn Lindsay there. They got Connor Strom, Kobe May, those kids. And so when they're blocking that defensive and with their offensive front, that's helping that running backs, like Dallin Mangus, Amos Monterde. Those are helping getting those extra yards. And not only that, but with the running game as well, you're going to get different guys in running back, not just C.J. Lindsay this time. He's gone due to graduation from last year. But it's going to be Dallin Mangus. He's been leading for rushing for the Lovell Bulldogs. And if not only that, but Amos will come in and do a couple of times as well. He'll take the ball. So you're going to get different running backs, and it's going to be hard to tell. I figure for those defenses, it's going to be hard to tell which one you're going to get.
Sam, as you look at the Lovell Bulldogs and compare them to some other teams, maybe around the 2A West, which is such an incredibly competitive conference inside the 2A West, how do you feel that Lovell compares with, like, the Lymans and the other teams that are maybe favored to win? I mean, obviously Lovell's a good team to have that third-ranked ranking.
Yeah, they are, and comparing them to other teams, they're up there with the Lymans. They have their own decent attack, and of course Lyman with their passing attack, they definitely showed that against us. Ashton Housekeeper. He passed the ball very well, and Lovell just didn't have an answer of that, of course. But yeah, all the other teams, Lovell's just very tough. When they get that running attack going, it's very hard to stop. And you just got to, for all those defensive, they got to find an answer for that. And Lovell's when Lovell works on that, and there's no changes that they have to make, just keep running. That's all they're going to do. They'll pass it a couple of times. We do have a freshman quarterback in Davin Crosby. He is, and he's just a freshman, and he did run his first touchdown against Pinedale last week.
Sam,
so you just never know.
Who's next on the schedule? I mean, obviously you got Kemmer tonight, and that game's going to be broadcast by yourself, and we're going to be taking that feed on the Spur. But who's next for Lovell? And then kind of give us an idea of maybe where things stack up as you head into the postseason. I know we still got a week or so. Well, we do have a week. But where the Bulldogs kind of land and where you think that they are currently in that playoff picture.
So after Kemmer, we have a big matchup against Cokeville. That's going to be to determine the number 2 seed in the 2A West. After that, it could either be a home playoff here on October 29th, or we could be traveling. On the other side, I can't remember exactly on the other side of the conference. I think it's either Torrington or Wheatland that's leading the number 1. We could be going to that number 2 spot, or we could be hosting number 3 and number 4, which could be Upton Sundance is what I've heard. And then on number 4, I don't know who that number 4 spot is, but
boy, Torrington sounds like a nice drive from Lovell, Sam, doesn't it?
It's a long drive. It's going to be a long drive.
Yeah, we're looking at a potential trip to Buffalo ourselves. So Wyoming high school sports at its finest, right? We're talking with Sam Smith from the Lovell Chronicle and announcer for the Lovell Bulldogs. Sam, outside of football, give us a snapshot of some other fall sports for Lovell, volleyball, and where things are at with some of the other fall sports happening at Lovell High School.
Okay, yeah. So the volleyball team is improved from the last couple of years. They are at a record right now of 9-18. They lost to Worland last night in 5 sets. They are 1-3 in 5-set attempts. Let me get up here a little bit so you can see me. So they're 1-3 in 5-set matches. 2 of them being to Worland. They lost both of those, and then they lost to Powell in another 5-set match. They did get 1 win over the conference duels last week against Kemmer. So they're 1-3 in that. They're a much improved team. They've got a good outside hitter in Amy Newman. When she gets on, she's on. They do have some freshmen on there as well, and this is a much improved team. They have a new coach in Stormy Jameson, so they're doing much well there than the last couple of years. And then you have fall cross country. They're getting ready to go to St. Stephen's this week. Sorry, I keep on looking up. I'm sorry about that. I keep
You're
on looking
okay.
up to make sure I have it right.
You're doing great.
So they go to Ethity this week for regionals cross country. They got a good boys team. They don't have a whole lot of girls out, but they do have some good girls runners. And then fall golf happened just earlier this fall, and the girls golf team got 3rd with Erica Cook winning the state title for the 2nd straight year. And I thought the boys did really well at golf as well. So got some good fall programs here, and let's wait to see how the winter holds. But we got to get. And I just thought this too. It is exciting how from starting the season we talked about how football. We start off and who's going to be the best and who's going to take the title. And now here we are, 2 weeks away from postseason, and we made it this far, so let's keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you letting us take your feed tonight on the Spur for Kemmer at Lovell this evening, and kickoff for that one at 6 o'clock tonight. We'll have the live coverage on the Spur, and of course, Sam will be on that NFHS video broadcast. Sam, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much again, and thank you again for all you guys do for Wyoming high school sports.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.
Hey, that's Samuel Smith with the Lovell Chronicle joining us on First Bank of Wyoming Sports Friday.